What's up, everybody? Mr. Played Out of Gaming here, back with another video for y'all today. And they're gonna be talking about the mess-up that Blizzard had over the last week. And the one though mess-up we're gonna begin with is the Diablo 4 1.1.1 update that dropped before the Season of Malignant started. So let's discuss that real quick. So if y'all don't keep up with like Diablo news and stuff, let me go ahead and break down what happened in patch 1.1.1. In simplest term, what happened in Diablo patch 1.1.1 is that Blizzard thought it was going to be the good idea to nerf every single class in the game. They did this by reducing all the classes cooldown, reducing all the classes attack power, and reducing all the classes defense. So yeah, think about this. You spent all the preseason building up a character, and when the patch before the season start comes out, your character all of a sudden get nerfed. And keep in mind, this patch came out before the season, so you didn't even have the malignant heart the game was actually gonna add to the game. So player will literally run around with brick characters until the season came out. And Diablo 4 fan were not happy about it. Like, Go on to Diablo 4 Reddit and you will see a bunch of people talking about how the game is not fun and how you can't even survive high tier nightmare dungeon now because it's just impossible. Because Blizzard had the genius idea to nerf everybody characters. You don't care if you were playing the weakest class, the druid, or the strongest class, the rogue, or the necromancer. Everybody got a nerf. And Blizzard thought it was gonna be a good idea because apparently people were completing hard content too fast. There was Blizzard excuse for nerfing every single person character in. Like I said, Diablo 4 fans were not thrilled. Like, dude, people are uninstalling the game, they playing other ARPGs. Some people are toughening it out, but the general consensus that patch 1.1.1 was one of the worst gaming patches ever. Because if you spend the whole preseason of Diablo building up your dream character, and Blizzard comes out of nowhere and they say, hey, we're gonna nerf your shit. And so we don't care that you spent months grinding for this character. You gonna get buffed down a little bit. And not only that, they actually increased the time to get out of dungeon. So you know when you finish a dungeon, you can teleport out. The teleport animation lasts an extra 2 seconds because Blizzard thought it was gonna be a good idea to increase teleport time as well. So that one reason Diablo 4 had not been doing good because Blizzard decided, hey, we hate you having fun. And not only that, people that hated the patch went on Metacritic and they review bombed. Diablo 4 actually got review bombed when this patch went live. I mean, this patch was not good at all. And we also had like high profile YouTubers, streamers, stuff like that actually talking about the patch. I think one of the prominent one is Asmongo. Asmongo is one of the biggest streamer I think talk about. He's not happy with the game. He ain't happy with the current state. There's another Diablo streamer called Diablo DM or something like that, and he ain't happy with the game, or he just ain't enjoying the current state of the game right now. So that is one big thing Blizzard did this last week, because I'm recording this the week after. That's one of the bad things Diablo 4 did last week is that they decided to nerf everybody's everybody on character. Okay, on to the next issue with Diablo 4. Okay, keeps on getting good. Okay, one of the main mechanics in Diablo 4 is a stash tab, right? You know stash tab, the play where you put all your gear, everything you collected. And yeah, player for a while been saying, hey, we need more stash storage because we collected all this stuff and we run out of stash too fast. Can you add some more stash tab? Then Blizzard finally caved and said, yeah, we add another stash tab. They add one stash tab. They added one stash tab to the game. And people were like, okay, why you just added one stash tab? Then the developer that working on Diablo 4, one developer, I don't know his name or anything. I put it on stream. We put it on the video. On stream. Oh God. He actually came out and said the reason we are only adding one stash tab is because it's expensive. And what I mean by expensive, not like money expensive, it is data expensive. Because guess what? How Diablo 4 decided to handle data is crazy. Because You know how a player load into the game, you join a game, and a whole bunch of players are like joining in the world and stuff like that, right? Apparently, not only that the player inventory loads, all the player in the world stash tab also loads. So not only your stash tab is loading, you are loading everybody else's stash tab in the world. So they have pigeonholed themselves into an issue where they can't add more stash tab, because they add a lot of stash tab, it could cause the game to shit itself. So now they gotta figure out, hey, how can we add more stash tab without breaking the game? This is a real tweet one developer made, that the reason there's no more stash tab in Diablo 4 is because the code just don't allow it. It just don't allow it. Like the programming, how they program Diablo 4 doesn't allow more stash tabs. So that's another issue players have been frustrated about Blizzard, is the stash tab issue, because in ARPG, stash tab are so important to have, especially when you want to try out different kinds of builds without having to reform the same gear. Cause farming gear can take a while, trust me. So that's why players been asking, hey, can we have a stash tab? No sirree, we can't have that. You ain't allowed to have no stash tab. Okay, I'm done with the stash tab thing. Next off, this is gonna be a good one. This don't have to deal with Diablo 4. We gonna move into Overwatch. Now it's time to talk about Overwatch. What's going on with Overwatch right now is that Activision Blizzard is planning on shutting down the Overwatch League, and they're actually paying team organization to lead the league. So anyway, the article I'm gonna read come from PC Gamer. So anyway, let's get right into it. Overwatch League is at risk of collapsing as team vote on 114 million exit payment. In May, Activision Blizzard warned that the Overwatch League is not in a good place. The city-based esports league is facing headwinds, as the publisher put it, that it is taking a toll on both its current operation and long-term future. It also acknowledged that the effort to address these challenges may prove unsuccessful, although Overwatch League head Sermon Miller said that the company remained committed to Overwatch esports, and the league is not going away anytime soon. Do you paying? I hate that. Like, that statement don't make no sense. That statement is literally a contradiction of what's happening. You are paying people to lead the league. You are paying teams to lead the league. What sense does that make? They're like saying like, my house is how can I put this? My house is on fire, but I don't want the fire department to come out. It's totally fine. My house is okay, even though it's in flames. It's totally fine. Like, I don't need no firefighter to come out and put out my house. You see how that contradictory statement? You said that's a contradictory statement. Like, dude, this is contradictory. Like, you are admitting that the Overwatch League is paying teams to lead, but you saying it is not going away anytime soon. How did that work? Like, dude, that's a complete contradiction of what's going on right now. But anyway, the future of Overwatch League grew even murkier with the release of Activision's most recent quarterly financial result, which indicate that the league could be forced to make significant changes to its structure at the end of the current season, and it might even shut down eventually. What do you mean? Like, why you saying, like, why they saying this like it is up in the air if it's gonna happen or not? Dude, they are paying teams $114 million to leave. Like, if you paying somebody to leave, you ain't planning on rebuilding it. You want to shut it down. You trying to get people to leave so you can close it down. Cause I don't think they can close it down if our team don't leave. I don't think how that works. So yeah, the reason they paying people because they want to shut it down. They want people to exit and shut it down. That's why they paying so much money. And the leagues are not making that much money off of Overwatch. Like, dude, most Overwatch League is not profitable. For real. Even with the player, it's still not profitable. So most organizations would be gladly to take that money. During the second quarter, we amended certain terms of our collaborative agreement with team entry participation in Overwatch League. The report said, according to the agreement term, following the conclusion of the current Overwatch League season, the team will be voting on an updated operation agreement. If the term do not vote to continue under updated operation agreement, a termination fee of $6 million will be payable to each participating team entry. total fee of approximately $144. So the esports organization gonna get a good bit of change from this payment, this exit payment fee that Blizzard and Activision is trying to set up. But is it really a surprise that the Overwatch League is shutting down? Really, it shouldn't, because Overwatch 2 is not really that popular. I won't really say Overwatch 2 is a game where more people want to be an esport player. Let's be real with it. Let's be real to ourselves. If you want to play an esport game, you either gotta play something like Fortnite, Valorant, or CSGO. Those are the only games I can kind of see you trying to be a competitive esport player for. Because get what? Those games actually got a player base. Most people that play Overwatch now are just playing it because they somewhat like the game, and that's basically it. Most people don't even care about their rank in Overwatch no more because the game is not that popular. Overwatch is not popular. It ain't popular like it used to be. And it's mostly Blizzard's fault because Blizzard not only bring out horrible balance changes to the game. For the most part, I think Overwatch 2 balance changes were decent. I won't call them something too crazy. But Overwatch 1 balance changes were like horrible. That would kill the game at first was the balance changes the game made. But the problem with Overwatch 2 is that Overwatch 2 is nothing but Overwatch 1 with graphical updates. That's it. This is Overwatch 2 for y'all. It's a game with graphical updates and nothing more. It would have been something different that actually made that PvP they promised, but they didn't. They canceled it. And they trying to give it this shit. They trying to call PvP the downgrade shit they trying to do. And they say, hey, this PvP now. Dude, we would not promise this shit at launch. We will promise a full-fledged PvP game mode with skill trees, talents, and all that. And nah, they decided to cancel it because it was too hard, I guess. They basically said, oh yeah, it was too hard. We didn't want to, couldn't do it. It would require too many resources and stuff. I'm like, you are a $1 million company and you can't make a PvE mode? Dude, indie game can make a PvE mode. This one game I know is coming out, it's like in September, right, called Witchfire. It's kind of like a PvE third-person shooter. I'm kind of hyped for the game, I ain't gonna lie to you. Witchfire look kind of fire, but you tell me an indie game studio can make a PvE game and you can't make one. You are a multi-million-dollar corporation that can't make a PvE game, while most companies can make a PvE game with a PvP, no problem. But you the only company in the universe that got multi-million dollars. Blizzard is acting like they're like a small indie developer. Like, I don't know why Blizzard got this mentality like they're like a small gaming studio. And small gaming studio can make stuff way better than what Blizzard can make sometimes. Like, people that live off of ramen noodles can make better games than AAA studios sometimes. Because Blizzard do not, man, I believe one thing Blizzard had is a management issue. I don't think Blizzard got good management. That's why I thoroughly believe, like, management at Blizzard is probably not that good. And they had to strap a lot of this stuff because they just can't do it, or they don't know how to divide their time well. Like, that's the problem with Overwatch 2, is that Overwatch 2 is a game that don't know how to divide its time. And that's what killing the league as well, because if the game ain't popular, the league ain't gonna be popular. Let's be honest with ourselves. Like, even if you play Overwatch a lot, do you actually watch the esports? The esport, like, do you actually watch the esport of Overwatch, or you just play the game because you like Overwatch? I say 5 times out of 10 that most people that watch esport are not the one that actually interested in esports. I say 9, man, I'm talking 5 times 10. No, 9 times out of 10, most people that watch Overwatch esport are people that trying to get free tokens from the Overwatch League. There are barely people that watch Overwatch esport because they actually enjoy it. Most people that watch Overwatch esports are just trying to get free stuff. That's the whole, that way thing, they gotta give you free stuff to watch the esport, because the esport on its own is not good. It's not entertaining. Do you need an incentive to watch football? No, more people watch football because people enjoy football. Football is a good, fun game. It's a fun game to watch. And that's another thing about esports, right? Blizzard, in my opinion, and this is esports in general. Let's get into esports in general right for a minute. Esports in general, the reason esports in general ain't doing good right now because most esports we trying to make the esports like it's a football tournament. That's how I thoroughly believe. They trying to compete with football and all these other traditional sports, but they don't got the same budget as those sports. You know why sports like the NFL, the basketball leagues and all that other stuff thrive? Because if you ask your I know they're gonna sound stupid. If you ask your grandfather right now, hey grandfather, do you know what NFL is? Well, he would know. He would know right off the bat. He don't even have to say National Football League. He already know what the NFL is. Now you go to your grandfather and hey grandfather, do you know what OWL mean? He won't have a clue. That's one problem with esports. Esports cannot grow outside of just gamers. Esports just can't do it. Like they can't do it. Esports have a hard time growing out just gamers. You gotta be a gamer to enjoy esports. You can't bring nobody like your grandfather or your what can I say? Your grandfather, your grandmother, or even your mom sometimes. Even your mom, if she ain't if your mom don't game. Even y'all she be like, what? What's an OWL? Like you say, hey mom, you wanna watch NFL? Like, oh yeah, I'm down with some football. You can watch some football. You ask her what OWL, she gonna be like, OWL? Wait till my owl. What you said owl? She gonna be thinking about animal owl. She gonna be thinking about an Overwatch owl. What you talking about? So that's why I'm saying that's the problem with esports, man. Esports cannot grow out of being just gamers. Because get what? If you're not playing the game, you won't know what's going on. Overwatch is a clusterfuck when you're trying to watch it. Overwatch is not a simple game to watch. Overwatch is very complicated. To the average viewer, it's sometimes hard, even confusing to play Overwatch. More like watch it. If you watch Overwatch, you be like, okay. Especially if you never pick up a controller in your life, you be like, okay, like what they're doing. Now, the reason game like CSGO work so much better than Overwatch is because at least you can tell what's going on in CSGO. Cause you only do two things: throw a flashbang, throw a grenade, and just shoot. That's the only two things you can do in CSGO: and plant or defuse the bomb. That's it. But in Overwatch, you got all the different stuff going on. It's hard to keep track of. So there's another thing that killing the Overwatch League is that the game is just too hard to follow. The commentators, in my opinion, don't do a good job to keep people on track of what's happening. It just get complicated, and when people start watching something that's too complicated, just stop tuning in. That's gonna happen. If you can't understand it, why watch it? So that brings me to my last and final thing about Blizzard mess up today, or Blizzard fuck up today, what you want to call it, is that Overwatch 2 is coming on Steam. I really want to call that a bad thing, because I think the more places to play a game, the better. But I think this is telling. When a Blizzard game comes to Steam, that game ain't doing well. That game ain't doing well at all. Overwatch 2 is not doing good if it comes to Steam. It is good that it comes to Steam. More people get to play Overwatch 2 or enjoy Overwatch 2, whatever. But I don't think it's a good sign that Overwatch 2 is doing great when a game gotta come to Steam. Because there's a telltale sign that Overwatch 2 is kind of bleeding players. And Blizzard at this point do not know what to do. So anyway, everybody, that's all I have for today. I just kind of had to recap everything Blizzard done wrong. And yeah, it's just been me with another video. See y'all next time. Peace.